Hi, Virgo. Hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian. I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you guys today. This is going to be a mid month check in for the month of August for Virgos. So, if you have Virgo anywhere in your chart, maybe you just vibe with Virgos, you could be a cross watcher, whatever the case may be, this reading may resonate for you. As always, this is a reading you found on the internet, so take what resonates and leave what does not. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that through email or form submission on my website. All right, we're not doing a structured spread today, Virgo. In the monthlies, I do the Celtic Cross, but in the mid-month, we do 6 across. I clarify in 2s. And it just like allows your guides to sort of take me where they want to go. What do they want to talk about? Like what's coming up for you, what's blocking you, things like that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Bottom of the deck is your challenge, represents what you're not seeing, what you're not looking at. The Tower. Tower, 9 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, that's a loud challenge. Virgo, your mid-month, your challenge for the rest of the month is trying to figure out how to be happy. I think this is a really interesting challenge to have because it doesn't feel like you aren't happy, but it feels like when happiness... Oh, why did I just gasp like that? That's a weird... Maybe like you're literally, because I was about to say when happiness shows up, you don't know how to accept it. And then I had that weird like gasp just then. So maybe you really are like when things go right for you, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is going my way. With that 5 of Pentacles, I do feel like this stems from an abandonment issue. There's like this feeling here of, well, happiness isn't permanent. So, like, I have to get used to it while I have it now, and then it will be gone. And so I feel like some of you guys then, because of this belief system, you don't really grab hold of the happiness. Like, I feel like, grab the bull by its horn, or like you kind of grab hold of a fruit and you take a chunk out of it. I feel like you guys don't necessarily do that. I think you just sort of, you skirt around the feeling of the happiness. Like you'll the way I want to say this is almost like a, what's that called when you orbit. Like I feel like you orbit the happiness, but I don't feel like you ever dive fully into it or really try to experience it to the fullest. So let's dive in and let's see what's going on. You start with the 8 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So it almost feels like as well, Virgo, some of you have like some good support systems around you. 3 of Pentacles is teamwork and collaboration, but I feel like for you guys with this 8 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles, you have people around you that I feel like are either giving you advice, trying to show you a way to go, giving you words of wisdom. And it overall feels pretty positive, babe. I think it's, and I think that's the trigger. It's like the better things are, the more I feel like you guys fall into that category of like, well, did I earn this? Did I work really hard for this happiness? Keep in mind, Virgo, I say this a lot. You don't have to earn these things. You don't have to earn the right to be happy. You don't have to earn the right to be loved. Sorry, I'm just adjusting in my chair. I feel like some of you guys are realizing that there is no prerequisite for worthiness, right? Like I don't have to work 12 hours a day to be worthy of meeting my basic needs. You know what I mean? That's some internalized capitalism I feel like a lot of you are dealing with right now. You've got the Page of Wands, the Fool, and the 8 of Pentacles. Page of Wands, Fool, 8 of Pentacles. I feel like a lot more of you guys are dealing with the internalized capitalism than you realize. The way my guides are giving this to me is like anytime you gatekeep something from yourself, and you do it under the guise of like, oh, well, like I have to work harder for that, or like I have to do a certain task for that, or I have to complete a prerequisite for that. That's internalized capitalism. There's a feeling there within you that's like, okay, well, you have to prove to other people that you earned that vacation or that raise or that promotion. You know, I feel like a lot of you guys, but then it's like a lot of you struggle with this, but then you take it to the next level by just attaching it to basic happiness. You know, it's like there's almost this feeling here of like some of you could be happy and then feel guilty about it. It's like this weird sort of like programming from the parents, I want to say here, of like, oh, I'm happy, but I shouldn't be. Do you know what I mean? That's a weird one for me, Virgo. Yeah, we've got the Hermit. So you're showing up as yourself. Hermit is the card of Virgo. So you're showing up in your own reading, which is great. And the Six of Wands. I feel like something you need to recognize here is that other people's gauge of whether or not you're worthy and you're successful has no sway over it. It has no sway over it. Someone could say that I am not worthy of the ability to be a medium because I have a face tattoo. That has no sway over whether or not I am or am not a medium. Do you see what I mean here? I feel like what you guys are struggling with is this. I feel like you're being tripped up a little bit this month. I feel like you need to remember that other people telling you something doesn't make it true. Okay? Someone else telling you, you know, oh, well, in order to be happy, you have to work for 30 years first. That may be true for someone else, but that doesn't mean that that truth extends to you. Our own personal truth is just that, Virgo. Personal. It's personal. Same thing with success. Okay? Success, we cannot measure our own success with other people's scale. Okay? So success for everyone is going to look different from person to person. And some of you guys need to recognize here that your own view of what you deserve has been shaped by people that feel that you don't deserve it. Do you know what I mean here? This is like a very common, you could have been raised by like narcissistic parents, narcissistic sort of caregivers here, because there's this feeling of jealousy as well. You know, it's like, well, why do you get to be happy when I don't get to be happy? I should be the one who gets to be happy. And I feel like a lot of you guys had either parents or siblings or caregivers, whoever it may be. We're all raised by someone different, right? You know, you experienced that. So now as an adult, it feels like you get caught up when you do experience happiness because you're like, oh, well, what did I do to deserve this? Babe, why do you have to deserve it? Why can't you just be happy? Why do you have to earn it? I should say that's a better word. And not why do I deserve it, but why do I have to earn it? Because I just deserve it, period, right? I'm going to take that one. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Like, a lot of you guys are real anxious. And the Star. I feel like some of you guys are working on healing this. Also, Star, card of Aquarius. Could have Aquarius in your chart. With the Star and the Nine of Swords, I feel like a lot of you guys are working on this. It feels like you are paying attention to it. You are seeing it. Because I just heard seeing is believing. Like, you need to recognize it to believe that it's actually there. But at the same time, I feel like this is a moment, Virgo, where you're not really going to like this advice I'm hearing. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You are not going to always feel at ease when you're healing. We're not always going to be like, oh, everything is all fine and dandy, when really I sat on the couch and cried for 30 minutes. You know, I feel like some of you guys need to accept the fact that healing is really messy. It's not going to look neat and tidy and organized. It's just simply not. And I feel like some of you guys with that Star, it's like you're putting off the healing, or you're taking it, how do I say this? It's like you're drip feeding healing to yourself because of this belief system, and because of like that feeling of, well, it should be cleaner than this. It should be tidier than this. It should be neater than this. It's not going to be, babe. I hate to break that to you. You know, you've got the Sun and the Six of Pentacles as your next two cards. Like I said, it feels like this is coming through really loud, Virgo. You have a very strong support system. You have chosen family. Maybe some of you have blood family. You have friends. You have connections. And it feels like you're just so resistant to listen to what other people are telling you. I'm wondering why. Two of Swords. Oh, some of you have a pride wound. You gotta let the pride wound go, or you gotta start working on it, okay? Some of you, the way I'm hearing it is you don't want to take the advice because you don't want to admit that it's not something you didn't think of. Girly, come on. You know, with the King of Swords here and the Three of Wands, something else you need to recognize within yourself is that you are not all-knowing. You're not omniscient. Everyone's world is so different, and our experiences are so different, and that's what makes community really beautiful and really beneficial to our healing, because my experience might offer you a different perspective, whereas your experience might offer me a different perspective. Virgo, a lot of people around you are offering you different perspectives. They're like, hey, did you think of it this way? Did you look at it this way? You can't get mad at yourself because some of you have this like almost childlike temper tantrum going on where you get mad at yourself for not thinking it. And so then someone says it to you, and because you're mad that you didn't come up with it, you don't listen to it. That's not helping you, babe. Okay? Some of you need to address within yourself this fear of, like, being wrong. Because some of you equate not thinking of it yourself to being wrong. That's a logical fallacy. It's incorrect. You know? Like, this is like, if I couldn't think of the square root of pi, that means I'm wrong. Do you see what I mean? Virgo, you're jumping a little bit here. You know, you're going from A to K really fast, and you're missing all the nuance in between here. Just because you didn't think of something doesn't mean you were wrong about it, okay? Maybe other people's experience just helped them see it first. You gotta allow for that in your healing process. There's like 5 there. I'm not taking that. Try again. 2, please. 1. 2. I love when I'm listened to. Oh, 3. Just kidding. Justice, 7 of Cups, and Temperance. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys are really stuck behind this thought wall of like, again, it keeps coming through. I have to earn it. I have to prove. I have to show. And I feel like some of you guys, the way my guides are saying this to me is like, you need to learn to be happy simply for the sake of being happy. But you also need to learn to accept critique and help from other people without the thought of, why didn't I come up with that? Why wasn't that said to me? Okay, sometimes I've gotten advice from other readers that have made me been like, oh my God, I can't believe I was not given that advice. I can't believe I didn't think of that. And then guess what? I moved on. And now I give that same advice to my clients, okay? And my collectives and YouTube and all the people who watch my videos, okay? You need to accept here that the way my guides are saying this is like conscious thought, that bubble that's formed by all the different people and all their experiences is not a slight against you, okay? You're taking things very personally this month, Virgo. You need to start separating yourself from your habit of this is a personal attack, okay? Someone coming up to me and maybe saying, you know, okay, like, I love this earring. I have slightly gauged ears. It falls out all the time. If someone came up to me and was like, hey, Brian, like, that earring doesn't really, like, fit your ear. Am I going to be like, oh my God, why would you say that to me? Like, that's so rude. Do you think I don't know that? No, of course not. I'm going to be like, yeah, sucks. What are you going to do about it? Do you see what I mean? I feel like you guys are in this place where you're so hypersensitive right now because you're overstimulated, because you are happy and you don't know how to experience it and receive it, that when people are saying things to you, you're taking it very personally. The way my guides are saying this to me, I am begging you not to misconstrue this. I'm going to explain what I mean. People are not thinking about you as much as you are thinking about you. What I mean by that is that it's not that your friends are not thinking of you. It's not that people are not keeping you in their thoughts, offering you advice, It's not that you are being forgotten about, but you are walking through life right now, Virgo, thinking that every single person is thinking of you as an ulterior motive for the things that they're saying to you, and they're not, babe. I promise you that. I promise you. Real world example, in the once the weather cools, I go to the park and I jog. When I first started jogging in public, I would have really nasty negative self-thought of like, everyone's looking at me because I'm not skinny. I promise you, babe, the people on, think of me, the people on the jog, on their jog in the park are not thinking about you or me. They're not. They're thinking about their jog. They're thinking about what they have to do after their jog. They're thinking about maybe what their boyfriend or girlfriend said to them or what their mom said to them. Do you see what I mean? You are assuming here that everyone is thinking about you all of the time. And that's why they're saying things, because they passed judgment on you, or they deemed that you weren't worthy to be happy, so now they're saying something to you. Absolutely not, babe. People are just living their lives, okay? Live yours. Give yourself permission to live your life here. They're really making it rain. You're getting a lot of cards today. Yeah, Page of Swords, Five of Cups, childhood, the Chariot, and the Two of Cups. A lot of you need to recognize that the longer you put off the inner child healing, the more difficult it becomes, the more daunting it becomes. Okay, I literally talked about this in the Taurus reading, so maybe you have Taurus in your chart as well. You guys are playing mental hoops with yourself right now. You're ruminating and you're intellectualizing what you have to do so much that it's becoming such a daunting task that you're not doing it, okay? And this is from the childhood. This is a remnant of childhood trauma for you, where you think everything is going to be worse than it actually is. Virgo, this is a moment of you need to just start doing things. You need to just start somewhere, okay? You know, occasionally we have to throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. That's where you guys are at right now. Okay, throw some shit against a wall. Stop looking at the past. Stop comparing so much to the past. And you have to actively try to be happy. You have to actively try reminding yourself and speaking to yourself that you are worthy, that you are allowed to be happy, that you are giving yourself permission, okay? Because that's all you're waiting on right now, babe. No one else. You're waiting on you to tell yourself that you can be happy. Sorry. Gotta keep the throating. Your last two cards are the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups. Virgo, this is kind of lovely to end your reading. The High Priestess is card of Pisces, which is your sister sign. Love that. Hey, Pisces here. It is your intuitive mind. It is your inner monologue. It is your inner consciousness, your subconscious. And with that Queen of Cups, I feel like you are going to end up embracing a more emotional path forward and taking more emotional care of yourself and digging a little deeper and going a little further, which is really positive. Okay, this feels like a really good place to be right now in the mid-month. That was fast. Y'all got to work on the judgment, the self-judgment here. Okay, you've got the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and Knight of Wands. A lot of you guys need to recognize as well, I feel like I've kind of said this, but I'm going to highlight it again for you. The self-judgment that you guys employ comes from the family wound. Ten of Pentacles is the family unit, babe. Okay, and with that Knight of Wands, I feel like some of you guys, you may have come from households of like, well, if you don't succeed, quit, give up. It's kind of, oh, thank you. My guys are showing me someone as an example for you guys. Pitch Perfect. Oh, what's her name? Aubrey? I want to say Aubrey, the lead singer of the Bellas. She's all about, well, if you don't succeed, she literally says that. My dad used to tell me, if you don't succeed, pack your bags. Virgo, that's bad. I don't know if it's going to take a stranger on the internet telling you this. Those things that your family said to you are bad things. They're wrong and they're not correct. okay? You need to reconcile within yourself that trying something and maybe it doesn't work out the way that you want it to doesn't make you a failure, doesn't mean you failed, doesn't mean you're less than. It just means what? That you have to try again. That's it, babe. It's not judgment. It's not passing judgment on you. It's not a slight against you. It's not going on your permanent record. You know, it is quite literally just, okay, I have to try again. That's it. That's it. If you went into a spelling bee and you couldn't spell, I don't know, ostentatious, would you be like, wow, I guess I should never speak English again because I don't know how to spell ostentatious? No. You would say, okay, I need to spend some more time studying. That's it. End of sentence. A lot of you guys take it that next step further and degrade yourselves. And you take it and you run with it in a really unhealthy and self-harming way. I really want to say, I need to point this out to you guys, and my guides are like telling me to be cautious about how I say this. So let me find the words. Going forward with an action that you know is going to hurt you, and you do it intentionally, is a very long walk around the self-harm conversation that you have to have. Purposefully hurting your own feelings, degrading yourself, bringing yourself down, is actually a very loud cry for help. What you're telling yourself is that you need help. You're like, I can't do this. I need the tools. I need support. And there is no shame there. When you feel this need to, something doesn't go your way, and you're like, oh, I'm about to self-degrade, you need to stop and you need to ask yourself, why am I looking to harm myself right now? Why am I looking to purposefully trigger myself? What am I hiding from? What's underneath this that I don't want to look at? Okay? 2 more, please. Queen of Swords, Page of Cups, Ace of Swords. A lot of you have to, this is going to lead you very directly into the mother wound. The feminine wound, I should say. Page of Swords is not a mom card, but it is a feminine card. Okay? You've got the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the Page of Cups. A lot of you, this is stemming from a feminine energy, a maternal energy, whatever energy this is for you, that taught you how to self-degrade. You probably had a parent that you watched do this. You know, they stand there and they say, oh my God, I've let myself go. I'm so ugly. Why does my partner still love me? And they just spiral. And when we're a child, we absorb these messages like a sponge. Okay, so a lot of you guys need to prepare yourself almost for digging into your healing and confronting a very large wounding of the feminine, wounding of your feelings of comfort, your feelings of safety, and your feelings of being good enough. Okay? And it came from someone. You learned this behavior from an adult. All right? Dig into it. Not digest it. That's not the word I'm looking for. What is that called when you do in high school, when you open up a frog? They're not giving me the word. Damn. If you know the word, please comment it. This is going to bother me literally all day. It's not digest. Dissect. Thank you. Dissect. You need to dissect the mother wound. What you learned from it. Why is it present? How can I get rid of it? How can I stop believing it? You can start your journey of stopping believing it by, guess what? Stop saying it. Stop perpetuating the cycle by speaking it out loud. Who would have thought that? Okay, Virgo, let's get you an oracle card. This is the Angelarium. It is my favorite oracle deck to date. I absolutely love it. I use it in all my readings. If you've ever watched any of my readings, literally ever, I always use it. So let's get you an advice card. This is for Virgo, mid-month for August, please. What's their advice? What's the advice from the Angelarium? It's a reimagining of the falling of the angels, so I really love that. One. Can I just get one, please? They're being stingy today. Just one, please. Thank you. This is such a good one, girls. This is such a good one, and I cannot ask for a better card for the end of this reading. You guys have the Miser, Turiel. This is his persona after the fall. Oh my goodness, you're gonna see. You're gonna see. I think it's like 84, 89. I should probably flip backward. Okay. There is no shame in allowing yourself to indulge in pleasure. This card may be a sign that you can justify your recent gains. Hold on to your treasures and release your guilt. One cannot survive on piety alone. There are bold sensations in this world waiting for us. There is no reason to deny them. Virgo. I don't even need to explain that to you. That card is so in your face for this reading. I'm ending it there. Virgo, that's your mid-month reading. I hope this was helpful. I hope this reading resonated with you. If this reading did resonate with you, or maybe my reading style resonates with you, do consider liking and subscribing. We are on the road to 200 subscribers, which is great. If you guys would like to interact with me on a live basis, I do go live 3 days a week on Twitch. So you can catch me Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. EST, as well as Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. EST. Just not tomorrow. I have 2 events tomorrow, so I will not be on tomorrow. I also do have a Discord server. That is where I post, like, my update that I will not be streaming tomorrow is posted on the Discord server. It's also just a wonderful community of people, a lot of like-minded, a lot of kind souls, and that door is open for you, Virgo, if you would like to join it, if you'd like to be a part of that community, okay? I leave you with this, Virgo. I do hope to see you over on Twitch one day, and I will catch you in the next video, all right? Bye!